Here I explain how to help fighting cats to get along and how to bring harmony into a multi-cat household. In part 1 of this tutorial I will explain what to do when cats are fighting and even very seriously, but mostly accept each other in close range and don't immediately show aggression or fear when seeing each other from far away. In part 2 I will explain what to do when cats already show aggression or fear from far away, so not getting along at all, and how to introduce a completely new cat into a household. But why do cats fight? The reasons can be: number 1, boredom. The cats aren't getting enough daily physical exercise and mental stimuli, which results in a great frustration, being overly sensitive, moody and grumpy. Number 2, lack of resources at home, like cat trees, sleeping places, litter boxes, and so on, or the cats don't have a calm feeding place and get disturbed by the other cats. Number 3, wrong behavior from the owner, which increases or causes the negative behavior of the cats. Number 4, wrong socialization between the cats. They weren't encouraged enough or not in the right way to have a positive relationship. Number 5, unsuitable cats were picked. The needs of play and physical contact or cuddle are too different of each cat. Number 6, sickness. Cats which are sick and in pain can become aggressive or fearful. Number 7, the cats are not fixed. Unfixed cats tend to aggression and grumpy behavior towards other cats. Number 8, access to the outdoors isn't sufficient. In general, every cat needs access to the outdoors to enjoy fresh air and direct sunlight. How much access a cat needs to be truly happy depends on each cat. Some cats are satisfied with a balcony or enclosure, like calm cats for example. Others need at least a backyard or even the possibility to go completely outside. That goes for cats with high and medium energy level. Each individual need of being outside can't be replaced with play or cat furniture or similar at home. Number 9, keeping a cat solitary for years. Indoor cats which are kept solitary lose their social skills. To restore that, it can require a lot of time and help from the owner. Especially cats which were taken as kittens from their cat mothers way too early, that means younger than 12 weeks of age, and are kept solitary afterwards, have big problems. But socializing those cats again isn't impossible. Now I will tell about my personal case with my 2 cats. When they were 3 years of age, they suddenly started fighting. My male cat Otani bullied his sister Yozora. The attacks from Otani became more and more serious and completely merciless, which resulted of a big loss of confidence for Yozora and their relationship getting highly damaged. It took 5 to 6 months till I found the complete recipe for peace. Through a lot of research and trying things out, I finally found the solution. If I would have known what I know now, I would have resolved the situation in just a few weeks. Unfortunately, getting wiser takes time. But since I found the solution, they never fought or had any arguments again. For 6 years we have peace, and both are since then best friends and really sweet and cuddly to each other. Now I explain how to bring peace into your home again. Number 1. If the cats aren't fixed, they should be as quickly as possible. Also, all cats should go to the vet for a health check, with full blood exam, and the teeth should be properly checked too. My cats were already fixed with 6 months of age, and no sickness was found. Number 2. Daily play is absolutely important. How often that has to be done depends on how much the cats need, so that has to be tested for each cat. My cats need play 3 times a day for 15 minutes. I play after breakfast, then after the second meal at 6 p.m. and then the last time before sleeping time. The proper way of playing is important too. You should never ever play with your hands, especially not with an attacker or bully cat, since that results in even worse attacks. You should use a toy like a stick with feathers or something for playing fetch, and really drain the energy of your cats with that. After every play session they have to lay on the side and be completely tired. Additional to that, I recommend agility, which makes a cat tired very fast and for a long time. Agility is like a parkour over cat trees, through tunnels and so on. You can find a tutorial in the pinned comment. For my male cat Otani was and is agility absolutely important. It doesn't work without it. My female cat Yozora got a big benefit from that too, since it restored a lot of her confidence. We do agility 3 times a day. At the second or third play session of a day, we play first with a toy and then do agility. For mental stimuli, use puzzle toys and teach tricks. Those are great for exercising the mind and increases the confidence of the cats. You can find videos about that in the pinned comment. I also recommend to go on outdoor walks with indoor cats. Through that, you are able to provide a lot more physical and mental exercise than just doing activities at home, especially mental stimuli through a big variety of experiences and discoveries which can never be recreated at home, enrich very much the life of an indoor cat. Cats become a lot more good-tempered, happy, confident, less sensitive or grumpy, and react to stress or new situations a lot calmer. It also keeps their mind young and active. For my 2 cats was and is going on walks or hikes the most important thing for peace at home. Without it, it would have never worked, especially since they are highly active and full of energy. If you have calm cats, you could achieve peace without going on walks though. An important requirement for successful walks or hikes with cats is the right training. How to train cats right and what kind of mistakes you should absolutely avoid is explained in my How to Walk Your Cat tutorials, which you can find in the pinned comment. If for whatever reason you don't want to walk your cats, you can use a good alternative, which is bike riding. The cat sits in a safe bike basket and can enjoy the view and smells of the outdoors. That doesn't come close to walking a cat at all, but it's a lot bigger mental enrichment than a balcony, for example. The view of a balcony, window or similar is always the same. While riding the bike, you can provide a big variety of interesting areas and stimuli. How to get a cat used to going on bike rides is explained in my tutorial, which you can find in the pinned comment. A very important rule is, when you leave your home and your cats alone, to play with all cats sufficient enough so that they are completely tired. That makes sure that the cats won't fight when you are not at home. But if there were already serious fights in the past when you were gone, and you found fur flying around, blood, or traumatized cats, it's very important to separate the cats in different areas or rooms before you leave. When you are able to get the situation better through changes in your cat's daily life, and they don't fight anymore when you are around, you can try to let them be together all the time again. Number 3. Enrichment of your home with cat furniture and similar. There should be 1 big cat tree per cat in the household. Additional to that, I recommend a catwalk, a big scratching post, tunnels, and enough toys. If you have a balcony, you should give the cats access to it, and it's the best to secure it with a cat net. If you don't have a balcony, you should put a cat net or grid on a window, so you can open it completely and the cats have access to fresh air and direct sunlight. Of course, with fighting cats, you should do that with at least 2 windows, so they won't fight over resources. Then you should observe in which areas the cats fight. Usually it's always the same areas. For example, in dead ends, where the victim can be trapped by the attacker and doesn't have any way out. In cattery caves, in room corners, on wardrobes, where you can only get on and off from one side, in gaps under beds, sofas, and so on, or in narrow hallways, where cats are forced to walk past each other very closely, or fights around litter boxes. These areas have to be changed by all means. In room corners you can put cat trees or similar. Create at a wardrobe always 2 ways to get on and off with a catwalk, for example. In cattery caves, cut a second exit, or buy cat trees which have already caves with 2 exits. If you can't change the cattery caves for whatever reason, you should block those somehow, so the cats can't get in. If you have a narrow hallway, you can put a narrow cat tree or better shelves or catwalk on the wall, so that one cat can walk on the ground and the other over the cat tree or shelves. If they fight around litter boxes, get more litter boxes and put them into different rooms. It's absolutely important that the litter boxes are without a lid and never be put into corners. Instead, they should be in an area where the cats have 3 exit points, from the front, from the left and right. With difficult areas, you may need to become creative and willing to have your home a little less looking like you would like. I need absolutely to stress that if you don't change those fighting areas, the cats have little to no chance for peace and will fight till the end of their lives, and that is no quality of living. Number 4. Things you should not do. Don't let your cats steal food from each other. Every cat needs their own bowl and proper distance for a relaxed meal. If the bowls stand too close to each other, it will increase the stress, especially with sensitive and unsure cats. At least 1 to 1.5 meter distance. If a cat wants to steal from the other, block the thief. If you can't do that, feed in different rooms. Don't let your cats chase others away from areas like sleeping places, from your lab, and so on. The attacker should be sent away, and the victim should be put back to the place. You can talk to the attacker with a serious voice, but never scream or be harsh. With that you will teach all cats to be fair, and that bullying is not accepted. I did that with my 2 cats. My male cat Otani often wanted to chase away his sister Yozora, especially from my lab, so he didn't want to share. So when he started his nonsense, I took him away from my lab and put him back on the ground, and he could only rejoin us after a couple of minutes. He learned very quickly that his dominance behavior wasn't accepted by me, and after some repetition he never did it again. So you should never just watch and do nothing when one cat bullies the other, or it will go on forever. Don't be passive when cats fight. If you see your cats fighting, go between and separate them. Statements which advise to only go between fighting cats when there is blood are in my opinion complete nonsense. Every fight needs to be stopped. If you don't do that, the cats will collect more and more negative experiences with each other, and that is absolutely no help for peace. Especially when it comes to bullying. The victim loses its confidence with every single time and becomes with that an even easier target, which will lead to more and worse attacks. Plus it will lead to the victim peeing and so on outside the litter box out of stress. After you separated the fighting cats, calm them down. When they are calmer, bring them back together. Use for that food, cuddle, and after that, play. With my cats, the fights stopped immediately when I was present. After calming them down for a minute, I brought them back together by squatting down and offering cuddle, or I took some treats and fed them. The distance to each other was decided by my cats, but they always sat next to each other immediately, as if nothing happened. Yozora forgave her brother Otani immediately when I influenced her positively. Without that, she would have kept more distance to him for a much longer time. So to actively intervene and bringing them back together positively is very important. After treats and cuddle, I started playing with them a proper playing session, so they could release all the tension and negative feelings from the previous fight in a positive manner, so playing after a fight is also very important. Don't be passive if you see a cat planning to ambush the other or shows that it wants to do something bad. With that you can completely prevent a fight. I always warned my male cat Otani in a serious voice when I saw him do that, so he immediately stopped his behavior. But stopping the planned attack isn't enough. After that you need to get out toys and play with the attacker a proper playing session, since a cat only attacks if it has too much energy. If you drain the energy with play, the cat doesn't have any strength left to do nonsense. You should never play with a laser pointer. Since a cat can't catch the dot of light, it can lead to frustration, more aggression, and more hunting instinct towards other cats. It is absolutely important that a cat can successfully catch a toy, chew on it, and carry it around so it can live out its hunting instinct properly. And only with that you can lower the risk of a cat acting out its hunting instinct on other cats. I don't recommend free feeding. Fixed meal times are very important to set a successful play routine and to ensure all cats being in playing mood or tired and sleepy at a certain time. If your cats eat at different times, then one cat will be in playing mood when the other isn't. Then fights are bound to happen. Also, it's more difficult to check if there are fights while the cats eat, or if they can enjoy their meal in a relaxed manner. Don't lock your cats out of the bedroom, so you can always hear properly if something goes wrong between them at night. If the cats are noisy at night or fight, you can train them to sleep through the whole night. How to do that you can learn in my tutorial in the pinned comment. Number 5. Observe the play fights and interactions between the cats. Even a friendly interaction or play can turn into a serious fight, so you should always have an eye on that and go between them if necessary. Clear signs that something is going wrong are hissing and growling, loud screaming due to pain, defensive meowing, one cat gets cornered, fur gets ripped out and is flying around, the bites and scratches go till blood, and lastly, cats chasing each other. Cats can do that full of joy but also in a serious fight. You just need to look at the one getting chased. If it looks scared and defensive, hisses, growls, screams out of pain, tries to hide desperately, then it's not play. In a friendly chasing game, both cats should take turns. If the chase is too much one-sided, the risk is high that the play will turn into a fight. If the one getting chased offers itself as prey by howling, so calling the other, scratching and hiding and then suddenly jumping out and running away, without the other cat actively chasing it in that moment, then you can be sure that the chased one tries to encourage the other to chase him. Number 6. Making the bond between the cats strong through positive reinforcement. Giving treats when the cats are next to each other, or if necessary with some distance. The cats shouldn't try to steal from each other. Giving cats their meals closely to each other, but still giving a respectful distance from 1 to 1.5 meters. Again, I don't recommend free feeding for that. Playing with both cats in the same room by turns. The cat should wait patiently for their turn while the other is playing. Playing with one cat 1 minute, then with the other, and so on. Giving cuddle and a lot of praise when the cats are close to each other and friendly. In general, offer cuddles often for both cats at the same time by cuddling each cat with one hand. With that you show the cats that there is no reason for jealousy and that you can share affection with both cats at the same time. Going on outdoor walks together builds a strong bond between cats. My cats got extremely close due to that. Number 7. Getting an additional cat when one cat is highly active and wants more play, but the other is calmer. Or if you have two cats which don't fit to each other due to their breed, because their needs of cuddles with other cats and play are too different. Of course, not everybody has that option, especially in a rented flat, but if you have that option, I recommend doing that. When choosing the additional cat, it should fit with its character, breed and age to the more active cat. So that's the end of part 1 of this tutorial. If you liked it, you can leave a thumbs up and a comment. You can also ask questions and I will help.